Hamburgerize.
LaFrieda brand. That's, you know, there's only one kind of meat in this country, and that's the Pat LaFrieda brand.
I mean, Pat is the hamburger maestro for a lot of restaurants.
I told you I could do it, Pat! I told you I could do it!
I tell people all the time, I kid around with them, I say, listen, show me a great restaurant in New York and I'll show you a Pat LaFrieda box in the kitchen.
For evidence of hamburgerization at work, we went to Pat LaFrieda Wholesale Meats.
Really, this is the source of the great burger revolution that we're living in today. This is the Lexington and Concord of the burger revolution. So this is where the magic happens, the shop. And here's the man himself, Mr. Pat LaFrieda.
It's one of the oldest and most respected meat suppliers in New York.
The street was renamed after my grandfather, who started the company with his brother many, many years ago. They were such a staple here in the village. You cannot run this from anywhere other than being here. Problems arise all night long. It's a very complicated business. There are different cuts of meat, different sources of meat, different specs for different restaurants. So yes, you have to be here. You have to be hands-on. Like I said, from Sunday night until Friday afternoon, we don't close our doors. We're open 24.
So this entire room right now is exclusively devoted to making burgers.
That's right.
Is it busier now than it would have been a year ago?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our hamburger sales have tripled in the last year. Almost every restaurant has a burger on the menu.
Which restaurant?
These guys will process about 500 calls a night. Everything that they enter into the computer will come out into one of these pick sheets. We have the Shake Shack, D'Andrea, Arte, Harrison, and Irving Mill. Just called in the last 10 minutes. But it's very important, we only sell meat. We don't sell an array of things, so we are meat specialists. This is what we do. I'm here on the ground making sure it all happens at night, and my cousin and my dad are here all day to make sure, you know, the daytime operations happen. We make burgers last because we want those to be as fresh as possible. So we usually make those around 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. It's the last thing we produce. We have mixes with skirt steaks, hanger steaks, two-piece chucks, and briskets. And what we do is load them into a rotoclaw machine, which will break them down into fist-sized pieces. So it breaks the meat down, but it keeps the integrity of the muscle. We'll lift it and we'll put it into the grates of this machine, and it'll come out coarser than the second one. What we have is the noodling effect, where you have small pieces of that beef and that fat coming out. It's not mixed at all yet, and that's why we'll then take this and lift this into the second machine. What happens in this machine is that this will mix to get a homogeneous mix of fat and muscle, and then we'll bag it. What we have here is a design textured fill. It fills in the same noodles, and you can see those noodles there. You actually have air and separation in there, so the fat, when cooked, can flow through. This is about as loose as a hamburger as one can make. And that's why we always say we're not grinding the meat, we're chopping it, and our process makes chopped beef, not ground beef.
At City Burger near Times Square, they serve the Pat LaFrieda's special dry-aged meat.
So who gets to work?
That's me, I'm the works.
Okay.
That was extraordinarily awesome.
This is like burger bling. I mean, this is a kind of a status symbol, a conspicuous consumption.
And it's still a heck of a lot cheaper than going to get some kind of porterhouse at a...
It's cheaper than a pizza. If you get a pizza in New York now, it's like $20.
Just to yell at me.
I'm sorry.
But burgers bring out the passion in people. They bring out the America in Americans.
Being in here all night long and working with the guys and getting the product right. Although we have internet access, I'm not on the internet. I'm not able to see, breaking news, and when all these restaurants get their restaurant reviews, they're always right on it. They usually have that information right away because they're constantly checking it. So I got a text on my phone from a tavern that night. The text read from Riyadh, Nasser, get here immediately. I panicked. I didn't know. I thought maybe the meat wasn't right or there was a problem. I took my coat off. I went running down there, and I walked in and I noticed a bunch of celebrities. Madonna, Gwyneth Paltrow, Sarah Jessica Parker, Matthew Broderick, and there I am in a fleece and jeans. They all came out. Keith McNally, Lee Hansen, Riyadh, and they were, hugging me in the middle of the dining room, and it was like, what happened? They're like, didn't you read Frank Bruni's review? And I said, no, just came from the warehouse. What happened? Did someone die? Is everything okay? And they're like, yeah, we just got named the best steakhouse in Manhattan. So it was like, it was just one of those great moments of my life when everything that we've sacrificed and everything we've done came together all at once.